Hello, thank you for joining us on this edition of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Tuesday, July 8th, Major League Baseball slate. So we do go back to a full slate of games here on this Tuesday. 10 games, though, on Monday, and things went according to plan early. A lot of upsets late in the later games. Dodgers, we thought were going to get beat. Milwaukee got on Yamamoto early. Yamamoto doesn't get through the first inning, and Royals came out with some sticks. We expected that, and of course, the Pirates scored 3 or less in that one. So a couple big victories there. The UC Kikuchi and DeGrom matchup definitely wasn't the pitching matchup we anticipated there in that one. The Giants and the Phillies game, we told you was going to be low scoring. Don't worry about a side. That one was way under. As the game came final at 3-1. It is so hard to score there, folks. So when you see the Marlins put up a 12 spot there last week or the week prior, that is extremely impressive because it is hard to score runs in that ballpark. It's hard to hit the ball over the wall. It's hard to get the thing to carry deep. So it's normally a lot of singles, and that's tough to do in today's baseball game for sure. So we got a lot of exciting action going on for this Tuesday, so let's get to it. First of all, if you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams in Major League Baseball: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. All of our bets will be in those 4 games, but we will give you plays throughout the lineup. A lot of people ask, why just the 4? To be really simple, there's so many games daily, as there's 15 games 5 days a week, and 2 days a week, there's probably 7 to 10 games on those. It is almost impossible, unless you have a multi-billion-dollar bankroll, to bet these things properly if you're going to do this, right? Because we're a straight wager show. We'll give you a few free parlays, especially in the Discord, for some fun. But in order to make money at this, which we all want to do, it's straight wager after straight wager, right? So bankroll's a big reason of it. And secondly, I don't have a research team of 15 people to go through everything as well. There's a lot of very good tools out there. We do use Props Edge as well. If you guys are interested in that, I'll put something in the comments section for you guys. If you guys are looking for player props in baseball for a tool that's very, very good that we use quite a bit as well. So make sure you check that out. But let's get into the slate. Let's get started. We got 6:45 Eastern time. We'll get started. Actually, we're involved in game 1 pretty heavily here as well. Mets travel to Baltimore. Brandon Young, so probably is an opener here for the Orioles, and Clay Holmes for the Mets. Line has moved on the total. 9.5, 10s where you're seeing it now. And Mets come in as a little bit of a favorite here. Just do the pitching matchup. Young hasn't been that strong as an opener for the Orioles. Clay Holmes pitched pretty well. Orioles offense really seen him to tick up last week against the Braves, even though the 2-1 win on Sunday. But that time slot on Sunday never produces a lot of runs anyways. It's off a little bit, it seems like, for the players. But with Holmes and the way the Mets offense kind of rolled through the Subway Series and the way the Orioles offense is, we're expecting a lot of fireworks in this one, to say the least. So that total is where we're going to attack this particular game. Realistically, if we had a lean, it would be to the Mets, but not by much here. The percentage-wise that this thing is still low 50s here for the Mets to win. So we're going to give you all the bets we've got in this game here. Mets, Orioles, over 2.5 the first 3 innings, 4.5 the front 5 innings. And front 5 does mean first 5 for all of you that are new out there. And over 7.5 the first 7 innings. And then over 9.5 for the game. Mets over 5.5 team total. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Probably the play we like the most in this particular game here. Then we're going to go with Juan Soto, who I'm still mad at about the sacrifice bunt, by the way, in the Subway Series. Scroll back to a couple episodes ago about that one. Brandon Nimmo, Jackson Holiday, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, Rays and Tigers. Everybody and their grandmother was ready to hop on Shane Baz and the Rays, and when there wasn't a pitcher announced, then Montero came out, and everybody still wanted to be on the Tigers. I mean, on the Rays, I'm sorry about that. You guys have to realize I like the Rays too, but the Tigers are one of the best teams at home, regardless of who they've got on the mound this season. They have been fantastic at home. They figured out a way to get that game 5-1 on Monday. This one, though, we've got a pitching matchup, Ryan Peapote and Jack Flaherty. This is the game here, though, where I think the Rays are going to get him. First of all, Peapote, except for a blip in the radar, has been able to keep basically every offense at 2 runs or less in his last 10 starts. Flaherty, on the other hand, has gotten absolutely crushed no matter who he's went against as of late. So, again, you got a chance here with plus money, I think, with the Rays, with Peapote on the mound. Rays plus a half a run front 5. Rays plus 1.5 for the game. Rays money line for the game, I think, are all fantastic. Also look at Rays over their team total in this one, as I think they're going to score runs against Flaherty, and they've scored it early. Also, if you can get Rays over 1.5 or 2.5 team total front 5 innings, I think that's an excellent chance there. You'll just be pacing Flaherty. The Tigers' bullpen has not been great all season long. They've had some chinks in the armor for sure. They're not a horrible bullpen, but not a great one either. But if the Rays are going to get a game in this series, which we think they are, I think game 2 is going to be the spot here with Peapote on the mound. Also, the Tigers do strike out a lot, so I would consider looking at Peapote's strikeouts. Normally, he's about over his career, he's been about just a shade over 1 strikeout per inning pitch as well. So look for a little bit of extra action there on the Peapote Ks as well. And like I said, Flaherty over 2.5 earned runs as well. Should be a lot of opportunities, I think, in that Rays and Tigers game if you want to get involved in that one. Next game up, 7:05 Eastern time, Yankees and the Mariners. Yankees at home, obviously, and the Mariners heading to New York here. Game 1 of this set. Will Warren and Logan Gilbert here in this one. I don't know if there's a lot to love necessarily in this thing. So first of all, Will Warren, his last start, 7 runs in the first inning, and he got him some additional innings, right? So, and kept them in the ball game. Yankees had multiple opportunities to win that game. They lose that game 11-9, but they had a lot of opportunities there in that one to win it. Now they've got Logan Gilbert on the mound. Not as going to be as easy, I think, to get runs against Logan Gilbert and the Mariners. This one, total of 9. And the line's relatively close on this one. And normally we see the Yankees a lot bigger favorite here, especially when they're at home. But they have struggled. They've lost the lead in the American League East as well. And the offense has definitely struggled, except for Aaron Judge, of course, as Aaron Judge does, extraterrestrial type things on a nightly basis, it seems like, as well. 2 leading home run hitters in this game as well, Kyle Riley and Aaron Judge. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of action around that one. If I'm playing anybody, it's Raleigh, especially the switch hitter going from the left side. That short porch in right. So Raleigh for a home run, I think definitely plays merit here. You're not going to get very good value on the odd side of it, but short porch for the left-handers, excellent chance for him to get one, I think, over the wall in this one. Slight lean here to the Mariners, first 5. The Raleigh home run. There's not a ton else we love in this particular one here. The total's at 9. I honestly think this thing's right on it. It should be around a 5-4 game probably, maybe 6-3 on the outside, but I think this thing's pretty close on the total as well. But it's a slight lean in the front 5 to the Mariners there. Next game up, 7:10 Eastern time. Rockies and the Red Sox. So Red Sox did their damage game 1 of this series. As we anticipated, Rockies did put up a few runs, but nowhere near enough against the Red Sox. In this one, Brian Bello versus Kyle Freeland in this one. Another lefty going for the Rockies, as they have a lot of them on that staff. And the Red Sox do, against righties is where they tend to struggle. Against lefties, they tend to put up some runs. So a lot of plays in this one here for you. Like the Red Sox, I know they're a heavy favorite here, $2.50 favorite. They're worth it there. I think Red Sox minus a half a run first 5 innings. Red Sox minus 1.5 for the game. There's value on both of those. Also, Rob Refsnyder, again, we're going to tell you to continue to go back at him as he hits left-handers. His OPS is damn near top 5 in the league going against left-handed starters. So Like Rob Snyder in that one as well. Next game up, 7:10 Eastern time. Marlins and the Reds again. Of course, started. Does every game in Cincinnati have rain? It seems like it this season. They're always delayed at some point every time there's a game in Cincinnati. I thought it was supposed to be April, May when it rained a lot. We're in July and it's still raining. That game was delayed slightly by rain to start off with, which always throws a little funk into it. Not maybe a ton like some cappers think, but it does throw a little bit of funk into it. Marlins do get the game and win the game in game one. With Brady Singer on the mound, it's been a little bit of a question mark on what he's going to do. That Reds bullpen is god awful, so they need to have, I think, a sizable lead heading into the late innings as well. The good news is this game here, they do have Nick Martinez, who isn't good on the road, but he's really good at home against Yuli Perez. We would lean Reds in this one. They're a slight favorite here. Reds money line front five. Reds money line for the game. I don't think you really got to mess around with the run line as the money line is pretty not too juicy in this particular one here. Would expect the Reds to score some runs as well in this one, over 4.5 team total. I don't know if I'd play a total around 9 in this one, but as I think Nick Martinez does keep the runs down, but some excellent opportunities I think there on the Reds. Then we've got a boatload games going off at 7:40 Eastern time, and we're involved in three of the four that are going off at 7:40 Eastern time. So let's give you those, get into that here. Cubs, Twins. Cubs had the day off after a fantastic series against the Cardinals. They did drop the one game, but it was to the left-hander. That's to be expected for the Cubs these days. But they figured out how to score 6 runs in that game as they got a ton of gifts from the Cardinals on wild pitches and so on and so forth. As the wild pitch, over the last 3 or 4 days in baseball has created a lot of runs. It's same thing with hit by pitch as well. And that one there. Shota on the mound for the Cubs. His last time out did give up 3 solo shots to the Guardians. Cubs still figured out a way to win that game 5-4. Woods Richardson for the Twins. Let's be really honest here. He is not a little bit below average starting pitcher who's had 2 of his best starts maybe ever when it comes to earned runs over those couple starts. But he does put a lot of runners on. The one thing you can't do against this Cubs offense is give them life with a bunch of runners. First of all, they've got home run pop throughout the lineup to boot, and they can single and double you to death. They just don't rely upon the home run. The whole lineup's pretty relatively deep for the Cubs, which has definitely been a big advantage. They need it, though, because their bullpen's still no bueno. Their starting pitching has been okay. Matthew Boyd's been good for him, but he's really been it. Shota hasn't really pitched a lot of innings yet because he was on the shelf for almost 2 months. But we do like the Cubs in this spot. Let's give you all the excuse me. Let's give you all the plays in this one. Cubs money line minus 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over 4.5 team total. Cubs money line first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. 2 batters we're going after in this one. 5 bets apiece again with those. PCA and Michael Busch. By the way, Michael Busch still continues to be in fuego. 2 more hits in Sunday's game. But PCA and Busch in this one, home run double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, we got the Blue Jays and the White Sox. Blue Jays sputtered a little bit offensively early, but end up winning that game 8-4. Barrios didn't have a dominant game, but more than good enough for the Blue Jays to get the win there. The White Sox were keeping things around 500 at home, and lately it's been not even remotely close to that as they struggle to find, ways to lose. The only thing they've done good lately is win 2 out of 3 at Colorado in that one. Savali versus Chris Bassett in this one. The Blue Jays aren't a $2 favorite here, so I guess that's a bonus. They're still one of the hottest teams in baseball. They have definitely found their rhythm on the hitting side of things. Love the Blue Jays in this spot again. I think that Savali will give up some runs here, and the White Sox offense just does not have enough punch going against Chris Bassett. So like the Blue Jays, minus a half a run first 5 innings. Blue Jays, minus 1.5 on the run line. Blue Jays, once again, over 4.5 team total. I think it's definitely a great possibility. Is there a Blue Jays money line for the game? I think you got all kinds of possibilities in this one in Blue Jays White Sox. Next game up, Dodgers and the Brouhahas. Game 2 of this set after the Brewers laid the wood to Yamamoto and the Dodgers in game 1 with a 9-1 victory. The Dodgers are a good team, right? They've got a ton of injuries still, and I think when the playoffs come, yes, they're gonna be in the mix for the World Series crown once again. But they are not a 110-win team like everybody thought they were going to be, and a lot of it has to do with pitching. Is they still got 11-plus guys on the injured list for on their pitch, just the pitcher side of things, and the offense is sputtered. They lost 3 straight to Houston. They lose the 4th in a row. Going against the Brewers. The Brewers are a pretty decent team at home, as most teams are above 500 at home if they're decent, right? So, winning these road games is not easy just because you went, your lineup looks better. Jackson Chourio, Yelich, Contreras. I know Hoskins hits the DL, but Andrew Vaughn even comes through with the big one for the Brouhahas in that one in game 1. And game 2, total in this game is at 8.5. Clayton Kershaw has not been dominant. Congratulations to Clayton for making the All-Star team and getting to 3,000 strikeouts. What an accomplishment that is for a career. Mizorowski finally got touched up in his last start, so the halo's kind of off of him a little bit, as everybody thought he was unhittable. No pitcher is unhittable, and he does not have a couple of the strikeout pitches Paul Skeens has. He can throw the ball 103 miles an hour. But he's still a young cat. He is the future of the franchise, though. When it comes to the pitching staff, he will be the ace of this staff before too long. 8.5 is not near enough runs, I think, for both of these offenses and both the starting pitchers that they're facing in this game. So we're going to attack the total in this one. Dodgers, Brewers over 2.5 runs first 3 innings, over 4.5 first 5 innings, over 6.5 the first 7 innings, and over 8.5 for the game. Dodgers and Brewers both over 3.5 team total. The Dodgers team total, I understand a lot of books are going to post 4.5. 3.5 was not that juicy as well. We like both teams to score quite, to get 4+ runs in this game. Would not be surprised if as well. So we'll give you the rest of the plays here. Chourio, Contreras, Will Smith, and Ohtani. We got 4 batters, same 5 bets apiece in this one. We've got home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, 7:40 Eastern time as well. Pirates and the Royals. So the Royals offense coming alive a little bit in game 1, 9 runs. They've hit 9 a couple times in the last 4 or 5 games. Impressive stuff there. Bobby Witt gets a homer. Pasquantino gets a homer. Salvador Perez hits a homer. Much easier to score runs when you're putting the ball over the wall, right? In that one there. Mitch Keller on the mound for the Pirates, who can't seem to get many wins, but doesn't pitch god-awful. The Royals with Seth Lugo, who has been really good for them again this season as the starting pitching for them. Definitely hasn't been the issue for the Royals this season again. Royals are about $1.40 favorite. They should be. I'm surprised they're probably not $1.60 or so in this one. We do like the Royals in this spot here. Let's give you all the plays in this one. Royals money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over 4.5 team total again. It is plus money. Royals money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Bobby Witt and Vinny Pasquantino, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, Nationals on the road after firing their coach and GM, heading out to take on St. Louis and Sonny Gray. Jake Irvin for the Nats, and like we mentioned, Sonny Gray there. The Cardinals about a $2 favorite. I think they're a shade overpriced here, but this is the way that the handicap's going to lean. If you're looking for value, the value's probably on the Nats here. If you're just a straight value better. Gray's been solid for the Cardinals once again, not dominant, but gives them stability at the top of their rotation. And Jake Irvin, even though he did pitch well a couple times over his last 5 starts, normally gets crushed, right? So if we're really honest about this one, Cardinals -0.5 run from 5. Cardinals -1.5 for the game. Cardinals money line as well if you want a little bit safer. Also, Cardinals over their team total at 4.5 in this one as well. I think they've got an opportunity to score some runs, and they're going against the right-hander, which is always a plus for them, because they do have a lot of good left-handed sticks in that lineup in that game there. Next game up. So the surprise of yesterday was the Guardians scoring 7 runs against the Astros and winning that game 7-5. This game here at 8:10 Eastern time, but this is where it stops. Hunter Brown's on the mound. Hunter Brown is, if it wasn't for Skubal, probably be the going away favorite to win the AL Cy Young Award this year. He has been absolutely brilliant. ERA under 2, strikeouts are way up. He's figured out how to pitch. And then you've got, Cantillo for the Guardians, who did get a start in the last time, his last round in the rotation as well. Astros are a pretty sizable favorite here. It's $2 favorite. They should be every time with Hunter Brown, especially at home. I expect the Astros to come out and beat them up early and often in this one. Astros, money line. Also, minus a half front 5, money line front 5 if you want to play it there. It's a little juicy on the first 5 innings here, but Astros on the run line as well, laying the 1.5. Astros over their team total against Cantillo. Guardians under their team total. They scored 7 yesterday, so they should pretty much be good for the week on that one there. But it should be a big banner day for the Stros in game 2 of this set to get back after that mess of game 1. Next game up, 9:38 Eastern time. We've got Rangers and Angels. Soriano for the Angels at home versus Nathan Eovaldi and the Rangers. So we thought we'd see a pitcher's duel in game 1. We didn't see it between Yusei and DeGrom, as there was runs coming early and often in that one. Things happen, pitchers don't have their best stuff. It happens. Now, Soriano has been much better on the road than at home, almost a two-run difference. What he's given up on the road versus what he's done at home. He's gotten shelled at home. And Rangers are in a decent spot here, I think, with Eovaldi on the mound. I really like the Rangers in this particular spot going against Soriano. And the line is extremely tight here, as it's almost a toss-up game. Rangers money line front 5. Rangers money line for the game. Rangers over their team total as well in this one. I think a lot of opportunities. If you want to play some Corey Seager action, don't blame me there as well for the Rangers. Next game up, 9:40 Eastern time. Out in San Diego. What the hell happened in the game 1 there? How did the Diamondbacks figure out how to put something together with Zach Gallen on the mound after they lost 2 out of 3 at home to the Royals? Nick Pivetta for the Padres against Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's been decent against the Padres in his career. Maybe not fantastic, but he's been all right. He hasn't been dominant or anything like that. But Nick Pivetta has been really, really good against the Padres. Not against the Padres, against the D-backs. He was his last time out, especially where he pitched, I believe, 7 innings, couple runs, 9+ Ks in that one as well. But he's been really good against them. Padres aren't that big of a favorite here either, about $1.30-ish. So Padres money line front 5. Padres money line for the game. Hopefully the Padres bats come alive in this one. Also expect the Padres over 3.5 team total in this one as well. Diamondbacks under 3.5 team total is probably a good way to go here as well. Next game up, 9:45 Eastern time. We get game 2 of Phillies and Brewers. Taijuan Walker versus Robbie Ray. Total in this game is 8, which is way too high, period. Anytime you see something above a total of 7.5 in San Francisco, you really got to look at this game really hard, and that's what we're doing here. Giants are about $1.50 favorite, as the one-run Phillies team showed up again on Monday night. But this game here has got underspell written all over it. Walker's pitched okay, and the Giants' offense isn't that great. Robbie Ray should be able to shut down some of the big boppers for the Phillies as well. Under 4, front 5, under 8 for the game. Slight lean to the Giants here, winning maybe a 2-1, 3-1, 4-2 game, something to that effect, but I don't expect it to come anywhere near that 8 total in that one. And final game on the board, 10:05 Eastern time. Those Braves that you just cannot figure out, and they're back to 10 games below 500 again because they got swept by the freaking Orioles at home. How does a team with Acuna, Olsen, Riley, Azuna not hit? I am. How do they not hit? I can understand their pitching staff, and they got Fuentes going today, and he's done nothing but give up runs all over the place going against Jeffrey Springs for the A's. But how does that team not hit? How does that team not score runs? Oh, that's right. They're not hitting, not everybody's hitting 40 home runs a season again. This team here strikes out way too much in the lineup here. Now, the Springs he'll strike a few guys out. I think that helps them. Total in this game's at 10.5, so they're obviously expecting some scoring here. I think you're going to see a majority of it from the A's side, to be really honest. I expect Fuentes to give up his 3 to 4 runs again, go 5 innings maybe in that one, but the A's hop all over them. They've struggled a little bit here as of late. They don't seem to like this ballpark much at all. They play better on the road than they do at home, being in Sacramento. It's not the easiest place to play on the earth, but we expect a big day out of this A's offense. So A's over 5.5 team total, 4.5 if you can get it. Fuentes over 2.5 earned runs if it's available is definitely in play here. I don't know if I necessarily love a side very much, but I tell you what, the A's plus 1.5 on the run line, even if the Braves win, it's probably a close one here in that one. All right, so we just went through a full slate of games. How do you get a chance to take a look at all those bets that we just went through? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube channel pages, as well. At the end of every episode we do on YouTube, it's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. A bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link, go to the Baseball 2025 tab, scroll down to July 8th. And once you get down there, you'll see all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at as well. So make sure you check that out when you get some time. Do you like the content you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. We'll show up in your follower subscriptions tab, or make life simple for yourself. Turn on those notifications as well. Private Discord channel is available. Please message us and we will respond and get you in there. We've had a few changes to what we've done on the Discord. So if you're wanting in the Discord, no problem at all. Feel free to hit us up through TikTok, YouTube, or any other places out there. We'll be more than happy to let you know exactly how to get in the Discord. You get all those picks early. Also that you're going to get bonus picks and parlays all over the place as well. WNBA, Formula One, golf, just to name a few of the additional sports that we're not putting out for the general public at the moment. So make sure you ask about that as well. Also, a big thank you out to Props Edge. We will have a link in there for you as well. If you're interested in doing a lot of your own research, Props Edge makes it very simple for you as well. We will have the link on the YouTube show in the comments section. So make sure you check that out. Very reasonable. You get a ton of info as well on Props Edge. So like I said, make sure you check out that link as well. Check out that link as well. I guess I meant to say, right? I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.